It's Sunday, March 5th, 2023. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody took a little time and added to the preparations this weekend. A few things I want to talk about today, just some mental notes. I printed out a few articles. And I just want everybody to take this week and really think about what is happening to the U.S. economy. What can you do to put the odds in your favor mentally, physically, spiritually, financially? These are things we need to be thinking about daily. We need to be walking the walk, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of people out there that talk the big game. They say they're going to do this. They say they're going to do that. They do nothing. And we're really going to have to look at the people we have in our circles, the people we hang out with, and really ask ourselves, are these the people that we want around us when things get bad? What do they offer? What do they bring to the table? And just like many of you, I've had to really distance myself from people who are completely asleep or people who are not asleep but don't do anything about it. A lot of these people will talk the big game. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. They do absolutely nothing, or they do 50% of it, and the other 50%, they just hope they're going to be okay. You cannot have weak links in your armor right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you're weak physically, you need to get stronger. If you're weak financially, you got to get stronger. If you're weak mentally, you got to get stronger. Spiritually, if you're weak, you got to be walking much, much closer to God, and you got to be getting very, very spiritually strong right now. We are no doubt in spiritual warfare. The evil we are seeing is going to continue to magnify, and the darkness we're seeing right now is unlike anything we have ever seen. You know, my good friend Aaron out in Texas sent me a video today, and if you haven't checked out his channel, it's Texas Silver. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you support his channel, Texas Silver. But he sent me a video today, and I don't know what store this was filmed at. It looked like one of the big box stores. Could have been a Walmart, could have been a Costco, I have no idea. Could have been a Sam's, I don't know. But a lady had bumped into a gentleman while they're checking out, was bumping into this gentleman maybe a couple times, I couldn't really tell. But this gentleman walks away, picks up a grocery cart, and walks back, throws it over this lady's head. Now, I'm not saying that this lady should not have bumped into him, but you would think that in a civil society, people would say, excuse me, oh, hey, you just bumped into me. No, people just pick up shopping carts and slam them over other people's heads, knocking her to the ground unconscious. And every time I see this, and I know you've seen a lot of these type of videos, the road rage videos, I was talking about this yesterday, just the amount of mental illness, this mental health crisis we're seeing take place in America, it's very concerning. It's downright scary. And I just think as we're watching now the food stamps being cut, people are going to be more food insecure than ever. Violence is just completely ticking up as people get hungry, as people get angry. We're going to see more of this. This could be your mom, this could be your sister, your daughter, could be anybody out at the store and this happening. And so you really have got to be aware of your environment, exercising situational awareness, making sure you have a way to defend yourself, making sure that you have a skill set in security. We're going to see a lot more of this, and a lot of people are really, really going to get hurt here. And we have a society that has been so dumbed down, so obese, that they're going to have a very, very difficult time dealing with force. So I just wanted to talk about that, and you need to think about that. You need to be having these talks with your family members about, having situational awareness, knowing their environment, not having your head down on a phone all day. A lot of people I know very close to me spend most of their day with their head down on a phone, walking around in their homes, not paying attention, yet they tell us that they're awake and they're preparing. But I'll tell you, some of the people that tell you they're preparing are the most unprepared people out there. They're not training. They're not getting stronger spiritually. They're not getting stronger physically. They have no situational awareness whatsoever. Many people out here making videos telling you how bad it's going to get. Some of these are the most unprepared people on planet Earth. You can't just consider yourself prepared because you know what's going on. What are you doing to prepare for it? And you can't just say, oh, I have gold and silver, I'm prepared. I cannot say this enough. You cannot just be one-dimensional. You've got to be multi-dimensional now. You cannot have weak links in your armor, ladies and gentlemen, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. You cannot be weak anywhere now. This is going to be unlike anything we've ever seen. This depression is going to last longer than anything we anticipated. It's going to be much worse than anyone anticipated. And most people who believe they're prepared for it are completely unprepared for it. I want to start with this article today on CNBC. Another Norfolk Southern train derails in Ohio. Railroad says no toxins aboard. This reported on CNBC Saturday. So here we go again, another one. And here's one from the Daily Mail. Massive gas tanker, this is a tanker truck, crashes in Maryland, explodes into a fireball, killed the driver, setting local residents' homes ablaze as a large plume of black smoke and embers billow from crash site. So not just trains crashing, but now more trucks crashing. I looked at some of the video of this, and you can go to Daily Mail and check it out. It looked like an apocalyptic scene out of a movie. Unbelievable. And it's just shocking to think that more and more of this is just happening every day. These people in the homes that were set on fire from this accident, did they have a bug out bag ready to go, a go bag, whatever you want to call it? Did they have their bags packed ready to go with items that they would want to get out of their homes before they burnt down? These could be assets, this could be cash, gold, silver, paperwork, jewelry, things of that nature. Did they have a bug out bag? Did they have a go bag ready to go to grab it and get out? And now when your home is on burnt down because of this massive fire, where do you go? Did they get their credit cards? Did they get enough cash out of the home? I mean, how quickly things can happen, ladies and gentlemen, how quickly they can happen. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later in this video, but I think it's important, and I'm guilty of this. I need to be more organized myself, but I think we should all have bags packed with certain items, maybe food, assets, tools for security, passport, ID, radios, etc., tourniquet, medical kit, all packed in a bag, ready to go. Multiple bags, whatever you need, ready to go on a whim's notice. I'm guilty of this. I need to be more organized, but the more I see these type of events taking place with trains and trucks, natural disasters, man-made disasters, it's telling me that I probably need to have some items packed, ready to go very, very quickly. Getting back to this article on the economiccollapse.com, why every Walmart in the entire city of Portland is being permanently shut down. By the end of this month, there will be no Walmarts in the Portland city limits. So why is Walmart leaving Portland? Well, you know the answer. It's drugs, it's homelessness, it's crime and violence, and it's a lot of shoplifting costing millions and millions of dollars. And these stores just cannot afford to be there. It's too dangerous. Financially, it just doesn't make sense. And so they are gone. And not just Walmart. Many other businesses are leaving Portland, getting out, taking their money, taking their taxes, leaving Portland and leaving for other states. And it's going to continue to get a whole lot worse in places like Portland and Los Angeles and Chicago. And again, are you prepared to deal with this? Because when they can't go to a Walmart and shoplift there, what happens when these people come to your home and they want to shoplift at your home and take your stuff, take your assets that you work so hard for? What are you going to do about it? There are so many people that come out on these videos and tell us every day what's wrong, how bad the system is, how bad it's broken, how bad the crime is. Well, what should we all be doing? My advice is make sure you have the tools to deal with it. Security is your #1 asset next to God. Make sure that you're training. Make sure you're getting in better physical shape in case you have an altercation, if you have to deal with force. Listen, if you are winded, you're overweight, you're obese, and you are going to have to deal with force, you're going to be in big trouble. You're going to be in big trouble. And if you haven't dealt with force in the past, how are you going to deal with it in the future? Many people just think that, well, I'll just cross that bridge when I come to it. That is a really, really bad strategy. I've been telling people for years, get ready, because you're going to be dealing with so many different types of events. You're going to have to be so well-rounded as a human being because you don't know what's going to happen from day to day. Somebody going to come in and kick down your door. We're going to see a financial collapse. Market's going to crash. We're going to see bank runs. We're going to see more food shortages. We're going to see more food that's unable to be eaten because it's so bad. We've seen so many types of foods taken off the shelves and recalls of food because there's poison in these foods. So do you have food and water put away? Do you have security? Do you have a skill set? Have you been training? Have you been getting your body in better shape? Have you been walking closer to God, asking for strength and direction spiritually? These are all things that we all should have been working on for years. And if you haven't, you need to start today. Time is not your friend, ladies and gentlemen. Wolfstreet.com, housing bust number 2 has begun. Somebody asked me today at the gym, is this going to be as bad as 2008? Oh, it's going to be as bad as 2008 and then some. That's my opinion. We are right now watching sellers in denial, but sellers are going to have to deal with reality very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Median home price in the U.S. has now plunged faster than it did back in 2008. We are now leaving La La Land. There is no more free money. The good times are over, ladies and gentlemen. There is no going back to normal other than the normal where you actually may have to get a job to eat, where mortgage rates are going to go up over 7%, 10%, maybe higher, where you're going to have to be self-sufficient, you're going to have to be independent, and you're going to have to be in survival mode. U.S. total home sales have plunged 37% year over year. Median price has fallen 13% from the peak in June. Active listings, get this, they're telling us that there's no inventory. Active listings are up 70% from a year ago, and they're climbing. There are 15 million vacant homes in the U.S. right now that are not on the market. These could be investment properties, vacation homes, flips, secondary, third, fourth, fifth type homes. These are homes that are not lived in full time. 11 million of these 15 million homes have not been lived in over a year. You know what is about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Many of these homes are going to come up on the market. They're going to be part of the new inventory. We call these shadow listings. This is an inventory that is going to be coming up on the market for sale. Many of these homes were purchased probably in the last 2 years, and now many of these homes are upside down. And what's the first home to go? It's usually the investment home, the secondary home, the vacation home, the flip home. People are going to be running to the exits to get rid of these homes. Right now, reality has not set in yet for most people. They believe that, just like what I'm being told by real estate agents as I'm looking for properties in the South, that mortgage rates will probably be back down 4 to 5% this summer. This summer. You believe that? We're now at around 7% on a 30-year, but I'm being told by July, August, they're going to be down to 4%. These people are lying, or they're just in La La Land. Here's another one. Nearly 1 million people without power as blackouts, blizzards leave Americans stranded. We talked about this, I believe, yesterday. And we've been talking about this daily. Again, why you need to be preparing. And what does that mean? That means having a way to cook food, having food to begin with, having water in order to heat up food, to have the jet boils, the Coleman stoves, extra firewood, charcoal, etc. Having medical kits, having a tourniquet, having extra clothing. There's so many things. I mean, we could sit here all day and talk about the things that you would need, but that's just to name a few. Extra, cans of food. If you have not eaten in 4 days and 2 hours, that way where I point is Big Bear, right there. 10 feet of snow, ladies and gentlemen, 10 feet of snow. Nobody thought they would see 10 feet of snow, and now thousands of people up there in Big Bear are stranded, they're starving, they're freezing, and they're in big trouble, and they're not prepared, and it could have easily been avoided. But see, people think it's never going to happen to them. So in this article, Southern California, a large number of people are trapped in their homes. San Bernardino, right up there, Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, up to 10 feet of snow has dumped on these people. Many of these people not prepared. And in the article, they showed, it was a helicopter flying over, people down below writing in the snow, "Help us," written in big letters in the snow, "Help us." These people are stranded 2 hours away. I see the mountains right now. 10 feet of snow. And it's been about a week since that snow came down. There's so much snow, there's nowhere to put it. People can't even open their doors because they're barricaded in their homes. It's unbelievable. Why are you not preparing today? Maybe it's not going to be a snowstorm where you live. What about an economic collapse? What about a currency collapse? What about a grid down? What about a cyber attack down? What about a bank run? What about an earthquake? So many things can happen. How about a train derails in your neighborhood? You got to get up and you got to go. You got the bags packed. Do you have the extra food? Do you have the security? Do you have the cash? Do you have your assets to get up and go and get out? These are all things we've been thinking about. I'm probably 5 miles away from railroad tracks where I'm making this video right now. It's not very far. If a train derailed tonight with a chemical substance, I could be in trouble. So I need to make sure that I'm ready to get up and go and that I have what I need to get up and go with. Another article I was reading today, a mile-long line for free food offers a warning as benefits end. This was, I believe, in the New York Post. Hazel Green, Kentucky. Many people are going from $200 a month in food stamps to $30. You have people on disability, you have people on Social Security, you have people making $7 an hour who rely on food stamps, who rely on the help. And yes, there are people that don't need help that get the food stamps, and they should be ashamed of themselves and they should be prosecuted for that. But there are many people who are on disability, who have a low wage job, who are on Social Security, or maybe a combination of both, and they need help. So while we're sending billions of dollars overseas, these people are going to get their food stamps cut down to $30 a month. These people are in big trouble. Big trouble. And this is why I make these videos, why I've been making these videos for 5 years, why many of you are still watching them. And I thank you so much for watching these videos and supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. None of this is possible without all of you. And I want to thank everybody for the cards, the donations, the support, the prayers, all the positive energy. Thank you so much for all that. It really touches me and it keeps me going. I'm going to tell you, this really is mentally draining, spiritually draining, making these videos every day, just continuing to warn people. And there's a lot of new people that watch every day, and this may be repetitive for some of you, but it's very new to a lot of people who are just tuning in. But I want to thank you for the great comments too, because more than these videos, your comments have done more to wake up people than any of my videos. I'm going to be quite honest with you. So many of my friends and family members read those comments. I try to read as many as I can. I'm very limited with my time, but I do try to read as many as I can. But I can tell you this, and I get feedback daily from people I know, people in my family that read literally every one of your comments, every one of them. If there's 2,000 comments, every 2,000 comments is read. And you have woken up so many people, you've touched so many people, literally people who were thinking about suicide have turned their lives around, have gotten positive, have gotten prepared, have seen the light, and have literally had an awakening. People who didn't believe what was happening now believe, now see. It's because of you, not me. I'm a guy here with a camera and a microphone thinking out loud, but those comments down below, ladies and gentlemen, incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's literally spiritually touching. It's enlightening to so many people, including myself. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart because you have saved and woken up so many people. People that were doing drugs have stopped because of those comments. It's just touched so many people. So thank you so much. And I know I'm getting off on a rant here as I close up this video, but getting back to what's happening in Hazel Green, Kentucky, I make these videos because I don't want this to happen to you, because what is next for so many people is going homeless. So many people in this country, whether you believe it or not, so many people in this country are 1 to 2 paychecks away from being homeless. If you don't have a family, you don't have a good church, and good churches are very hard to find today, few and far between, you've got nothing to fall back on. You're homeless. It could happen to anyone. So prepare today. If you have the resources, you have the means. If not doing it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for your kids. Because I see nothing but big trouble ahead. And you know, so many people just believe that these videos are just to scare you. Well, they should scare you, because when people get scared, what do? They take action, they prepare. So I hope that these videos do scare you a little bit, enough to take action so that you can sleep at night and not be scared. I don't want people to live in fear. I don't want you to be scared every day, but I want you to be very, very concerned. And if you are scared, then that means you need to take action, and you need to take action today, because that means you're not prepared. I don't want you to go homeless. I don't want you to go hungry. I don't want you to go broke. I want you to be a warrior. I want you to be mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially strong. Look, I could do a way better job myself. There's times where I procrastinate, I get a little lazy. It happens to all of us, but we got to stay on path, ladies and gentlemen. When you see what's happening with the weather, what's happening with the trains, what's happening with trucks blowing up, what's happening to the U.S. economy, what's happening in the food industry, I don't think I need to tell you what's about to happen. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see, I think, big events begin to unfold in 2023 here. And the people who are unprepared, the people who are in La La Land, they're going to be in really big trouble. Don't be in La La Land, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared. God bless. Talk to all of you very, very soon.